then we must get the accumulated depreciation on the asset, on equipment. Then now we must get the accumulated depreciation at the end of the year There are two ways of doing this. We can take the direct route or we can take a longer route. The simplest way is to take the carrying value at the beginning of the year, 161,660, subtract disposal at carrying value, subtract depreciation for the year, and that will give us our carrying value at the end of the year of 123,920. Now, if we have two variables, it's easy to calculate the third variable. Normally, when we calculate the carrying value, we say cost price minus accumulated depreciation. Therefore, the same logic applies. If we want to calculate accumulated depreciation, we can say cost price minus carrying value. It will give us accumulated depreciation. And then we can simply say 229,600 minus 123,920. It will give us 105,680. In this instance, this is the balancing figure. This is the balancing figure. And you are done with your note. But let us go back and check the asset that was sold. Part of this question, here remember I took only the information that relates, was that you must prepare the income statement. Now, in preparation of the income statement, you must determine whether the computer that was sold at a profit or at a loss, right? Now, which means now you need to prepare your asset disposal. You need to prepare your asset disposal. Your asset disposal. Remember, I always said to you, the cost price will always come on the debit side. What did we sell? We sell equipment, and the cost price of that computer, we said it was 6,000, right? Now, what was the accumulated depreciation on the date of sale? Now, that information, you can get it here. Now, remember what we said. We said carrying value. We said carrying value, which is actually book value, is equals to cost price minus accumulated depreciation, right? Normally, we would have your cost price and accumulated depreciation in order to get your carrying value. But in this case, we have been given the carrying value at 2,700. There it is. The carrying value has been given at 2,700. And then we have been given the cost price at 6,000. Therefore, it means now that accumulated depreciation would be cost price minus carrying value. It will be 6,000 minus 2,700. That will give you 3,300. Now, there we are. Accumulated depreciation is 3,300. For how much was this sold? They say the equipment was sold for 3,100 for cash. It was sold for 3,000. This relates to a computer which was sold for 3,100 cash. Therefore, you have your bank 3,100. Okay? Then you are able to determine whether the asset was sold at a profit or at a loss. Here you can, the debit side is 6,000, the credit side is 6,400, which means the credit side is bigger. 6,400, 6,400. Then you say 6,400 minus 6,000, it will give you 400. This is profit on sale of asset. Profit on sale of an asset. Alternatively, what you could have simply done, you say, we sold this for how much? We sold this for 3,100. What was the book value? This is the selling price. What was the book value? The book value was 2,700, which means we sold it for more than its book value, therefore the profit is 400. I'm sure that clarifies matters for you in as far as the asset disposal account is concerned and the fixed asset note. Now, I want us to go back to the calculation that we made here of calculating accumulated depreciation at the end of the year. Accumulated depreciation at the end of the year. I said to you, you can take the shortest route by getting this as a balancing figure, or you can take the long route. The long route will be to say, what was the accumulated depreciation at the beginning of the year? 73,940. Accumulated depreciation at the beginning of the year, 73,940. Right? Depreciation for the year. What are the depreciation for the year? It was given to us 35 and 40, which we must add. Remember, we want to calculate what? Accumulated depreciation at the end of the year for what? For equipment. We have already done that for vehicles. And then we subtract accumulated depreciation on equipment sold. From this asset disposal account, we know that accumulated depreciation on assets sold is 3,300. 3,300 must be subtracted. We have 73,940 plus 35,040 minus 3,300. And there you are, 105,680, which is the same as that amount. Okay, you will see, you can check for yourself. When you work this way, you still get to this amount, and when you work this way, you still arrive at this amount. Let's do that. Here, we say 513,000 minus 252, 320, 268.80. This way we say 201, 400 minus 73, 720. What have we done now? We say 201, 400 plus what we purchase, 133,000 minus depreciation, 73, 720. It gives us 266.80. I have already calculated this amount going this way, and obviously I've also done it going that way. So you see that it balances. Now, let us summarize. What are the important things here? What are the important things as far as this topic is concerned? One is that you need to know the format of the note. You need to know the format of the note. Two, when making calculations, always separate between the new assets, the sold assets, and the old assets. Important thing to know is that carrying value is equals to cost price minus accumulated depreciation. In the same way carrying value is equals to cost price minus accumulated depreciation. And you also need to know the format of the asset disposal account. Asset disposal account is very critical. Like I said, the asset disposal does not change. It stays constant at all times. Asset disposal. Step 1, transfer cost price. Step 2, accumulated depreciation. Update accumulated depreciation. We have your accumulated depreciation. And remember, we said this must be the updated accumulated depreciation. Step 3, record your selling price, either bank or creditors. And this will be shown at selling price. And then the difference would be either your profit or your loss or your profit. So the format of this account does not change. Like I've said, learners, that this work is actually the work that you did in grade 11. Therefore, we do not expect you to have any problem. If you can apply a systematic approach in terms of how you do your calculations, you'll never go wrong, because this thing simply wants you to work logically, step by step, and you would definitely get easy marks on this particular question. Remember, I said you can accumulate easy marks by showing your calculations and also by completing your statement. Even if you have made mistakes, you will still get your method marks. So make sure that you complete all the spaces that needs to be completed in order to earn your part marks or your method marks. That is where we will end today. Please continue to practice as we prepare for the end of the year examination that will be written next week on Tuesday. Goodbye.